What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. In this video, we are going to be finally working on the engine bay by cut, buffing, ceramic coating the bay, as well as installing some new parts from Chase Bays. In the last video, you saw that we got the Skyline back from getting the engine bay painted. Came out absolutely amazing, and we just went ahead and color matched the bay to the exterior. And again, absolutely amazing. Great quality from my painter John, as always. So we'll cut buff, ceramic coat the bay. Like I mentioned, we will be installing our brand new Chase Bays brake booster delete kit. I'll show you how to do that. We'll reinstall our clutch master reservoir and our Chase Bays power steering kit, as well as buttoning up some miscellaneous parts as well. And here we have our Chase Bays dual piston brake booster delete kit. And then over here we have our R32, R33 specific brake line kit. You do have to buy these separate. This specific delete kit is compatible with any Honda, Nissan, Mazda, Mitsubishi, or AE86 part. And then these two parts together ran me a little under $700, I believe, shipped. A lot of benefits for having the brake booster delete kit. We do have the ability to have more or less stopping power in the rear from Chase Bays, significantly lighter and smaller than stock. Couldn't tell you exactly how much this piece weighs, but it is pretty heavy compared to the Chase Bays part. More predictable braking, and overall just a high quality piece. And here we have the brake booster delete mocked up on the firewall. As you can see here on the 32 and most other models, you will have to trim into the firewall. My painter watching this right now punching the air, but it doesn't look like it's that much. Looks about 2 millimeters. So what we'll do after we correct the engine bay and ceramic coat it, we'll go ahead and put some painter's tape behind here. We'll measure this 3 times, and then we'll go ahead and use a cutting wheel and a deburring tool to get this nice and flat. And we'll also go ahead and touch up the bottom of the surface with some paint to prevent any form of rust. Okay, so just going to use a heavy compound pad with the Adams polish, 1-step polish. Real quick, just going to use low RPM just to get all the available spaces. I'm not going to go crazy with cleaning the bay because the paint did lay out pretty clean. Once this is done, going to go ahead and ceramic coat. Once the ceramic coat is cured for a couple of hours, we'll go ahead and start doing the buttoning up of the engine bay. Alright, just got done cut, buffing, and ceramic coating the entire engine bay. Honestly, on camera, it looks exactly the same from the first clip, but in person, paint definitely lays a little bit more flat. The pearlescence and metallics really are more emphasized. Looks good, happy with how everything came out. We'll make cleaning a breeze. Alright, now time to install our Chase Bays dual piston brake booster delete kit. As you can see, I have it mocked up on the Skyline. Behind it, on the firewall, I laid down some painter's tape, and with a Sharpie went ahead and traced out the cylinder. As you can see there, what I'm going to be using is a Dremel with a metal cutting wheel and a grinder point to flatten things out. And to make things even smoother, we'll go ahead and use a deburring tool. Alright, just got done drilling my hole. Again, I used a Dremel with a metal cutting wheel, a deburring tool, and then a sort of cylinder drill bit to get the top part as even as possible. I did go ahead and throw some touch-up paint too on the firewall just to make sure that it doesn't rust. And now I am currently bench bleeding the system. So what I went ahead and did, found some nice hoses, put all 3 of them in the ports as you see there, routed them back into the reservoir, and began just pumping the cylinder by hand just to ensure that all the air comes out of the system easy. That way when you do your full bleeding procedure, everything should work out flawlessly. Now that I have the assembly fully torqued down. That's not going anywhere. We are now going to go ahead and install this lever assembly. This part connects to the brake pedal, and then this part will connect into that cylinder you saw in the previous clip. The top part is adjustable, so it's honestly all personal preference. Just adjust as you need. There is really no easy way to get this in, since the space is very tight, but again, just do your absolute best. All right, so I got the first piece in. As you can see, so this is going to be the correct orientation. And for the push rod clevis, I have mine measured at 41.68 millimeters. This is where I have the best pedal feel, in my opinion. I probably will change this once I drive the Skyline. But again, if you need to, this is fully adjustable and it's really easy to get this piece out. But make sure you lock this. It's going to be a 13 millimeter. All right, and now, feels real good. Can't wait to test it once we leave the system. All right, just got done installing the Chase Bay's dual piston brake booster delete kit, as well as the R32, R33 specific brake lines. Got the whole system torqued to spec. In terms of how you're going to be routing the lines, it goes short, medium, long. The short line is going to go to the rear. Your middle line is going to go to the right hand side, and then the longest line, of course, is going to go to the passenger side. I did have to elongate the holes ever so slightly, and I did bend up the brake line bracket inside the wheel well upwards a little bit to have set amount of clearance, because it was touching ever so slightly, and the last thing I want is to be driving and lose my front brakes. Had to do it to the passenger side as well. And then of course I dabbed up the cut with some touch of paint so it doesn't rust. And then I just installed the power steering lines. I can't really complete it until I have the motor in the car to route these all properly. And then in terms of the lines, of course I'm not going to leave them like this. I'm going to get some nice P-clamps and sort of mimic the factory location like so, and or tuck it, whatever looks good once the motor's in. That's when I'll finalize all of the lines. But I would say a job well done. Now time to leave the system. All right, everybody, and on that note, that is all I have for you in this video. I thought I had some more Multool RBF 600 brake fluid to do the bleeding procedure, but unfortunately I'm all out. Have some ordered, but that's not coming in until mid next week. But I hope you all learned a little bit something about the Chase Bay's dual piston brake booster delete kit, R32 chassis specific. If you have any questions, shoot me a message in the comments below or on my Instagram. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you are looking for any further information, more in-depth details about the system, be sure to hit up Chase Bay's YouTube. They will explain that. They have a nice 20-25 minute video, and I'm sure all your questions will be answered. But I'm incredibly stoked to see how this runs. We are literally weeks away from dropping off or dropping in the RB25 Neo for this thing, and once that's all said and done and everything is routed nicely, we will be dropping off the Skyline to GSK Fab up in Phoenix to get the downpipe, intercooler, and intake piping made. And then from that point on, we just wait for the new rendition of the wiring harness that I sent out from Wiring Specialties to get that back and plug everything in, take it back to Phoenix, do the first initial start, dyno tune it, and we are good. So thank you again, everybody, so much for the continued love and support. And if you're new to the channel too and want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll catch you next video. Take care.